Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?
It's false.
Voch is actually like one of the most entertaining people I watch.
Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
City boy, city boy.
Beats Planet.
Yo. Come on in. Thankful energy today, you know? Beating y'all upside the head with this content.
Let
me tell you what I love, man. Let me just take y'all behind the scenes just a little bit. Before that, though, shouts out to all the essential workers at the Blue Flame. Appreciate all y'all, man. Shalom. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me just tell you what I love the most about what I do. You know what I mean? And then I'll tell you the second thing that I love the most. And if I got three, I'll hit you with three if I ain't doing nothing else. I love the fact that, you know, when one of us go outside and we be like, hey, we about to do something. Y'all be ready now. We about to go do something. And y'all take that and you just go, psh, well, fuck it. Let's go then, Voch. Let's go do it together. Let's go do it. Love that. Also love, you know, that my content creator brethren, I don't know who exactly, but I know the ones that matter showed up. Appreciate them. Appreciate it. Another thing that I love, because there's always, I feel, there's this uphill climb that we always climbing as YouTube dudes. I feel like we have to be 3 times better than everybody else because we weren't gifted credibility.
Did you hear what I said?
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a label attached to me. I don't have a title attached to me. I don't have a well, that's a lie. I'm right by the volume. Man. The volume is the label. The volume is the label. But I'm still a YouTube guy, right? So when we go in public, like we represent all of us. It's not like, if Michael Gelkin robs a bank and he's live streaming from his phone while he's robbing a bank, like Clarence Hill don't get affected with that. You know what I mean? If Jeff Kavanaugh, boy, we just name dropping whatever. Like if Jeff Kavanaugh from Speakeasy or whatever, right? If he's like if he's carjacking someone and while he's carjacking, boom, boom, boom. Like Dave Hellman is not affected. I feel like, and I could be wrong when I say this, I feel like because we're not attached to an organization, so to speak. Well, I am Volume, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like when one YouTube dude goes somewhere, I think we represent everybody, and that may be unfair, but it's the rules. It may be unfair, but it is what it is. You understand? So I just try to do my part when we go out in public. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you a football player, and you go out and do something crazy, the first thing that they gonna do is say that this football player from this football team, like when Joseph Randle run up in Macy's and take draws in Cologne, they say Dallas Cowboys running back take draws in Cologne. Everybody else kind of looks that way as a whole. I think I have a lot of responsibility when I step out in public because on the baseline, YouTube dudes may or may not get the respect that we deserve because we're YouTube guys, right? We're very closely related. Like bloggers are our cousins, people that did this for fun, recreationally, for free a couple years ago. Those are cousins of ours. YouTubers in 2023 ain't like YouTubers in 2013. So we don't get that benefit of the doubt. So in my mind, when we go out in public and they go, "Oh, YouTuber Voch Lombardi is coming here," they're not just gonna be like, "Oh, well, I don't respect Baldinger, but he's Baldinger from NFL Network. He's gifted that," Hell, insert name I don't know from ESPN. Abe's, he's attached to ESPN or Fox Sports. He's gifted that. You understand what I'm saying? They're gifted credibility because they're attached to those entities. Now the Volume is, they're a baby still. The Volume is an infant still. You know what I mean? So I don't get a whole bunch of gifts just because I got Volume attached to my name. So I'm still here representing YouTubers. And the one thing I want to do is when I go out in public, when we go to other people's house, you know what I'm saying, and they go Voch the YouTuber, I want to make it to where I don't want to fuck this up to where when they look at the next YouTuber, they go, "Boy, I remember the last YouTuber that came up in here and stunk up the place." I don't want to be that guy. You understand? So the last thing that I love, this is all just about me telling y'all about things that I love. I love when, I walk in and I can feel, I don't want to say feel doubt, but you could just hear it in their voice that they don't know how we get down. You know what I'm saying? You can hear it in the behind the scenes voices that they just don't really know how we do here. They just not really, you know what I mean? Like they just not familiar with how we do things over here in the underground, right? And then we do what we do. We show up and, we don't just dunk the basketball, but we hitting like 360s before we slam it on them, Like we do things just as good as the other guys doing, sometimes even better, and we don't just sound like all the other guys. We all have our little, spin moves, special moves. Voch shows up with a soundboard.
Did you hear what I said?
They wasn't ready for that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I worked for the Volume, but I was a YouTuber first. You know what I mean? They wasn't ready, I just love it when they not ready for the energy. I love it. Look, I did everything but pull this move off. I was like, I did everything but the glasses. I did everything but the glasses. You know what I'm saying? I went on Tom Brenneman's show. I put the glasses on. Tom Brenneman was like, "Oh, he put glasses on. What does that mean?" Like he was commentating my commentary. You asked me a question, Tom. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Tom Brenneman. But boy, I just love when the show is over and the dust settles and you know the nerves kind of whatever, and they just be like, "Yo, Voch, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I didn't fucking know that the shit. I didn't know that you was gonna come in. Hey, man, I'm not a can't say I'm not a media guy. I'm a new version of it. It's inevitable at this point. You know what I mean? Buying a house and a whole new vehicle with this check now. You know what I mean? I just can't pretend like I'm not a media guy, but we do things different here. We do things different here, and hopefully, me coming on platforms like that, with my, with my group of peers on my back, hopefully they can look at me as Voch the YouTube guy and have faith that another YouTube dude will be great, or that Voch will come back and be great, or hey, well, Voch was good, so hey, let's go on these YouTube and find some more YouTube talents. That's really what I want. If I'd have went in there and stunk up the place, they'll never come back to YouTube, guys. That's just how I feel. And a part of it is unfair. A part of it is unfair to bunch us all together like that. But there's a special competitive anxiety in me that just says, fuck it, let it be unfair. Let it be that way. I don't give a fuck. Like, let it be that way. And this is where I come back to being self-aware. And some people may even call it cocky, but fuck it. Like, it's unfair, but I'm Voch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's, like, let's set this plate to where, all right, Voch, you coming in with this pressure. YouTube is on your back. We're studying you. And if you, depending on how you do, is whether we have you or any of your YouTube peers or compadres back. It ain't fair, Voch, but this is what's on your shoulders. Do you want to do this? Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Because I do this in my sleep, bro. I love the nervousness in people's voice when I say, hey, I just kind of wing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know in their world, they don't wing it. In their world, if they hear me say I'm going to wing it, they go, oh boy, this guy is going to show up without a plan and he's going to, but I'm Voch. You know what I'm saying? This is what we, when they're unprepared when they wing it. I wing it because I'm a professional winger, man.
Did you hear what I said?
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, that situation that I was in, it was a cool situation. I mean, nobody got hurt, nobody got hurt. Nothing got burned down, but hopefully they took that and they took, what I gave them. They took my performance and my output, and hopefully that they have positive things said by YouTube. But just like when I was on Chris Broussard and Rob Parker's show, Rob thought he was gonna get me because I'm a YouTube guy, but I'm Voch, you know what I mean? Or when we talk to .com, or when we do 105.3 The Fan things, you know what I'm saying? I just want to represent YouTube dudes properly. It's unfair because I can't speak for everybody. One, I can't speak for everybody, and two, if they have you on the show, I can't go talk for you. But the least I can do is do my part. All right, that's the least I can do is do my part. So I appreciate y'all for coming through, watching me do my part. I'm your host, by the way.
AKA Ferrari.
VOCHLOMBARDI, man. Appreciate y'all. This is a delayed show. A bit, you know what I'm saying? This was supposed to be a show that we were going to do at 3 p.m. Central, but we got a call. We got a call because there was treachery afoot, So they hit me up and they was like, hey, can you come on to Bleach Report and do a little 30-minute segment just talking about Cowboys off season or whatever, OTAs and shit like that. So I said, yeah, I'll come through and do that, but still get my volume in for the day. You hear me? So what I wanted to do today, VOCHLOMBA, I said that, Voch Lombardi on all platforms. Will Steele's not here today, but y'all go follow him also. Let me know what we got.
Gotta be handy with the Steele, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Skywalker Steele, STEELE on all social medias. Appreciate y'all, man. I wanted to talk about top 5 guys that I would love to step up. And look, don't get me mistaken. This stream ain't gonna be long. This stream it's not gonna be forever, ladies and gentlemen. It's not gonna be forever, boys and girls. But this you will get a pretty sizable piece of content from me, pause. So let's get into it. You hear me? I didn't want to cut that on. Let's do this. Top 5 players Top 5 players that I feel like that needs to step up, right? In my notes, I call it step up guys. When I reached out to my volume guys, I also called it step up guys. But I love how my guy Christian worded it, man. I love how he worded it. He says, top 5 Cowboys players that can't afford to fail in 2023. Love that. Love that shit, man. I love how they worded that. So shouts out to my guy Christian. I love how he said that. But sure. We can't afford for these guys to take a step back. And of course, there's many other players that could take steps back. But I think the stepping up part of it is much more valuable. Much more valuable. I'm gonna tell you why when we get to them. I'll tell you why when we get to them. All right, cool. First player. Y'all not gonna believe this shit. Cavante Turpin.
It's a ball.
Oh shit. Wait. I got some more.
Generally, the question was, and I know that about Seth. When we did sign him, I got 10 or 12.
Oh goodness, I am not bullshit, man. Cavante Turpin is definitely first on my list, and y'all know I've been kind of going crazy on Turpin the past couple of months or whatever, right? Because I feel like if Turpin's not Devin Hester, he has to bring you something on offense. And if he's not Devin Hester and he's not bringing you anything on offense, then I think he's expendable. You know, I think you can get rid of him and do something else. For example, Deuce Vaughn can give you something on offense, whether it be run game or quick passing game or something like that. For some reason, Turpin just can't catch passes at practice. Deuce Vaughn can. So it is what it is. But in my mind, I would love for Turpin to be good enough to just win that job. I would love for Turpin to just be good enough to show up and be like, hey, I know y'all wanted to push me out the way for Deuce Vaughn, but hey, I just became Devin Hester overnight, you know? I want him to earn his Pro Bowl title next year or his Pro Bowl designation next year, right? So if Cavante Turpin is the guy that steps up, right, just a dude that I want to be better, then when he kick returns, he actually can get a touchdown. When he kick returns, he probably won't run into dudes on defense. Hopefully he doesn't. When he goes on offense, the handful of plays that he does have on offense, he can do dynamic things on offense. You understand what I'm saying? Hopefully we can get those things from Cavante Turpin if he steps up. Right? If he steps up, it ain't even got to be a situation where Cavante Turpin's taking somebody's spot, but just this world where, you know, Cavante Turpin's just not giving us anything. You understand? If Cavante Turpin, even if he's just a specialty guy that you give him the football and he goes out there and be faster than everybody, then now you've added this element of explosion on your offense, right? To where we've already added Brandon Cooks. We've already freed Tony Pollard because Zeke is no longer here. That's even more explosion. Dalton Schultz kind of steps away. So you call it explosion if you want to, but Schoonmaker, Ferguson, Hendershot are all more athletic than Dalton Schultz. So him being gone, you get this less is more addition type of situation, right? But then just imagine this world to where in some packages you take, I don't know, Michael Gallup off the field. You take, I don't know, or you just add, the fourth guy. You take tight end off the field, and Cavante Turpin just give you anything offensively, right? Just imagine that world where that can happen. That's why I feel like if Cavante Turpin steps up, then you just add so much more to this thing. You just add so much more value to what he can do, offense and special teams. But y'all boys know how I feel about Cavante Turpin, man. You know he can go. But I'm not gonna do Cavante Turpin like that. He has a right to a fair trial in training camp. You hear me? He has a right to a fair trial in training camp, but it is what it is. You know what? I was gonna name this list. Boy, it'll sure be nice if these dudes showed up next year and they were top tier. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just can't word that and put it in a title because it's too wordy. It's just too much going on. But boy, I hope these dudes step up and be top tier next year, right? That goes for Turpin. But the next player on my list is Mozzie Smith, right? But Voch, Mozzie's a rookie. Why you need Mozzie to step up and show up and be a guy? Why do you need Mozzie to step in? He just got here. Well, just imagine this world that Mozzie was top tier. Just imagine if Mozzie was top tier, right? Mozzie's a guy that I look at And, you know, when I look at D tackles, I really only look at them after they've gotten a year under their belt. They got some offseason peanut butter and some weight room under their belt, right? That's typically how I look at D linemen. D tackles in particular, you know, edge rushers are a little different. They're in the same boat, but mostly D tackles, right? They need a couple years to really get acclimated to this thing here. But apparently Mozzie Smith already bigger than everybody else. So now I'm looking at Mozzie in this world to where Mozzie Smith as a rookie is already an upgrade from Carlos Watkins. Cool. Perfect. I'll take that. But what if Mozzie Smith shows up and he's an MFer, right? Think about what CD was able to do year one. Think about what your other first round picks, you know, guys like I can't think of no other first round picks. Okay, like Micah Parsons, right? Like what Micah Parsons was able to do year one. What if Mozzie can have an MF level, you know, type rookie year to where not only does he step up and not only is he better than Carlos Watkins, and not only does he fit this mold in this defense to where he works in different packages to where he could be the 3-tech with Hankins, or he could be the 1-tech with Osa. He could work along with Chauncey and Neville Gallimore, who's going to be playing in Jacksonville by the time the season starts, right? If Mozzie Smith is a dude that shows up in the first round for real, like think about, you know, the history of Cowboy first round picks, right? Like these Dez Bryant type characters, these Ezekiel Elliott type characters, these Tyron Travis Zach type characters, right? You know, Cowboys typically get it right on first round picks. Even Van Der Esch had a pretty good first round, first year before he got hurt. If Mozzie steps up and gives you any type of, I got y'all. Hold on. If Mozzie gives you any type of mother behavior, then oh my goodness. Now, I don't think anybody is doubting the forecast of future Mozzie Smith, right? Like year 3 Mozzie Smith is definitely going to be a mother, right? Or at least we hope that he's going to be a mother. 9 times out of 10, I'll give it 70% chance that year 3 Mozzie Smith is going to be a mother. But if we get any type of rookie year motherfuckery, oh my goodness, man. Mozzie Smith next to Hankins, next to Osa, next to D Law, opening up things for Micah. That's how this whole puzzle piece kind of thing works. That's how this whole puzzle piece thing works, you know? If Mozzie's a guy that you can go out and be like, hey man, you know, Mozzie beating up on these one-on-one blocks. We need to do something about it. Or the fact that Mozzie will be out there with Hankins get double teamed, and then Mozzie has to be a guy that that's good enough to take on these one-on-one blocks versus some guard that ain't really good. Then oh my God, we in this world to where we're just adding dudes on the D lineman and we're just quadrupling the motherfuckery. You know what I'm saying? Goodness, man. So like, you know, I don't think Mozzie's gonna be a guy that's gonna day one just show up and, you know, tear stuff up and, you know, be one of the best guys in the league or anything like that. I don't forecast one of those, even though the Cowboys typically don't miss on these guys. But if Mozzie Smith gives you something, if he steps up more than what we expect him to step up, then the D-line could be special. And I know, you know, people look at that and call it hyperbole and they say, well, Vaj, what makes you think the D-line is going to be special? Why are you being a homer? Well, damn, I mean, the D-line was damn near special last year, you know, and you just, now you have a you know, full-time Hankins. You have this world where, you know, DeMarcus Lawrence didn't get hurt last year because his rotation's a little lighter, you know. Dorn steps up, Billy D steps up, Micah gets deployed all over the place. Why can't Mozzie, who's better than Carlos Watkins, make this D-line special? Hey man, you know, I know people call me, you know, positive Voch, but can y'all imagine if Deron Bland was a mother? Boy, if Deron Bland, I got a work all button, hell yeah. Can y'all imagine if Deron Bland, and this is my whole logic with Deron Bland, right? I just want to be careful with my, you know, wording of him, right? Yes, I know Deron Bland had a fantastic season last year for a rookie, and I do think a lot of that was, hey, we didn't expect Deron Bland to be this guy. We didn't expect Deron Bland to be this guy, but you know, doing what he did, locking down nickel, playing outside when he needed to, getting 6 interceptions at the end of the year. I do think there's this element to Deron Bland. You know, the surprise of Deron Bland makes us super optimistic for his future, for the rest of his career, right? So now we're in this world where we're banking on Deron Bland as a puzzle piece. Voch, what you mean by that? And I said this earlier on, you know, Bleach Report. That's just what we do here.
Did you hear what I said?
I said earlier on Bleach Report, the whole idea of adding Gilmore in the offseason was because, one, you have Trey Diggs on the outside, and two, you got Deron Bland that we feel great about playing nickel, right? If Deron Bland was a scrub, if Trey Diggs was a scrub, this wouldn't even be a conversation. This wouldn't even be a thing for us to even talk about, because, you know, then teams would just play find a scrub. Teams would just throw away from Gilmore. But the fact that you have Gilmore, you know, he'll probably be like right side corner. The fact that you have Trey Diggs, you know, manning his side, then there's the idea that Deron Bland is just not some scrub who has great ball skills, who got 6 interceptions for you last year. Now you're adding more lockdown capability to that DB room. Why is it so important that Deron Bland takes his next step forward and not backwards? Well, because you don't want to be in this situation where they're playing find the scrub with Deron Bland, right? If Deron Bland takes a big step back, then all right, cool. We're just going to turn this into a game of let's not throw on Diggs or Gilmore, but we're going to throw at Bland, right? Because Bland got 6 interceptions because they wasn't throwing at Diggs, right? If they didn't throw at Diggs, they'll throw the ball deep at cornerback too. If for some reason they just decided to just spare us the nonsense with cornerback too, they'll throw the ball at Deron Bland. If they throw the ball at Deron Bland, it got battered away or picked off. That's just what happened. So now you want to live in this world where Deron Bland is going to be better than he was last year, right? Deron Bland taking the next step, him evolving, him elevating and quadrupling his motherfuckery. You know what I'm saying? You need Deron Bland to be a top tier guy to make that equation make all the sense. You feel me? Bland had 8 interceptions. Oh, my bad. I thought he had 6. No, he has unless he had 8 in the playoffs, unless you're projecting next year for Deron Bland to have 8 interceptions. Yeah. I thought Deron had 6. My fault. Somebody check my homework on that. Somebody check the numbers. Check the numbers and write it down. That will be on the test. Don't forget about it. Chat. Can y'all imagine if just out of nowhere Jake Ferguson ended up being a mother? My word. You know, I already feel like guys like Dalton Schultz ended up being good tight ends by way of Dak Prescott elevating them. People love to say, well, Voch, who does Dak Prescott elevate? When does Dak Prescott ever put guys on his back? Well, how about Dak Prescott put, December T.Y. Hilton, Noah Brown, and Dalton Schultz on his back? Dak don't get credit for that, but I ain't got to cross that road with y'all. But can you imagine this world to where CeeDee Lamb is still a guy? You know, he's going to be who he is. And Brandon Cooks is going to be a beast from the wide receiver 2 spot. He's going to be your deep threat guy, and he's going to make it damn near paramount that you have to play cover 2. Tony's going to be back there, by the way, and Tony's going to be explosive. Did I mention CeeDee Lamb? CeeDee Lamb's going to be fine. You know, we're going to be hoping that Gallup is going to be a little better, but he's a year and a half removed from his ACL surgery. Gallup should be fine. So now you're in this world to where we know Dak loves tight end. We know Dak elevates tight end. We know that whoever tight end that Dak is throwing to, that dude is going to be fine. So now you take a dude who's more athletic than Dalton Schultz, who's going to produce more yak yards than Dalton Schultz, more big plays than Dalton Schultz, and then you have the fact that Dak is going to elevate Jake Ferguson. Can you imagine if Jake Ferguson in this world where they're focused on the deep ball from Brandon Cooks, they're focused on the run game with Tony Pollard, who's top 3 in most running back categories, just we kept giving the ball to Zeke for whatever reason. CeeDee Lamb, who is also like a top 5 or 6 or 7 or so guy in all of his categories, right? And now we just live in this world to where, all right, who's the dump off guy? Who's the wide open guy? Who's gonna be getting the guy that's getting all the favorable looks? And it's gonna be Jake Ferguson. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Jake gonna come out and be a guy like that. I'm coming out saying Jake Ferguson's gonna be a guy like that, man. Come on, man. Jake Ferguson's gonna be a guy like that, ladies and gentlemen. Can you just imagine rolling out the bed one day and we just watching the game like, damn, boy, Jake Ferguson is a mother. When this happened? When did Jake Ferguson turn into a mother? Right? And then Schoonmaker's a guy. I mean, he's around, but he's around because of 12 personnel. I think it's going to be tight end 1, which is going to be Jake Ferguson. And then it's going to be tight end 2 by committee. That's where I think most of this conversation is really going to lean around. But man, if we just wake up one day and Jake Ferguson out there just mother, and oh my goodness. Then now you can literally run out there and play a good game of find a scrub, right? This isn't a world. And listen, y'all, just imagine this world that we were living in, right? CeeDee Lamb was your guy. And that's perfect. Michael Gallup leg was hurting. That's less than ideal. Noah Brown was your second best wide receiver. And then you just got T.Y. Hilton that joined the team after Christmas. Because he wanted to watch his boys play football, man. Like, come on, man. Like somebody, who in the chat called me delusional? Philip called me delusional. You watching, my G? But dog, like I don't understand how that's delusional. I feel like I'm making perfect sense over here. I feel like I'm making all the. I don't even think I even put an opinion here yet. I don't even think I put an opinion here. I think I just put all hypotheticals. I said, can you imagine if these mother end up just motherfucking, man? Please. Anyway, and my last guy, I was conflicted. Between like Sam Williams and like Tyler Smith. I last minute wanted to say Tyler Smith because I feel like, hey, this is a offensive line that is dealing with a lot of, dealing with a lot of injuries. It's an offensive line that's dealing with a lot of, your best guy may or may not be playing for you. And Tyler Smith seems to be the healthy, good guy. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing that you don't want is for Tyler Smith to take a step back, because ultimately Tyler is a dude that you're going to build this offensive line around. But boy, Sam Williams going to be a dude that you build this D-line around, right? So if I had to pick between the two, I think I got confidence that Tyler is going to be fine. But boy, if Sam Williams end up motherfucking, oh goodness. Because look at this. Let me tell you why, bro. Think about what happened last year. We started off hot in pass rush world. You know, we got sacks and all kind of shit like that, beating the hell out of everybody. And then by the end of the season, those sack numbers started going down. Now, there are many reasons why those sack numbers went down. I talked about them earlier on Bleacher Report, but those sack numbers went down because at the end of the day, I just think like the dudeness went down. Right? Like me and my guy Will, still shouts out to him, but we'll always have a conversation about, hey, when you get to the playoffs against these better teams, you need better dudes. You know, like Dante Fowler is good when you're playing against the Rams, but you know, when you're playing against the 49ers, you need better dudes. Dante Fowler, cool, but you need better dudes, right? So Michael was a dude. D-Law was a dude in the run game, but D-Law is not necessarily a dude in the pass rushing department, right? So now I'm just thinking about this where, hey, look at what we did last year in the pass rush department. Now let's add one more mother to it, right? And I think that mother is in-house already, and I think Sam Williams is that mother. Can y'all just imagine? If Sam Williams took what he did last year and just built on top of it, bro, just stacked good days on top of good days on top of good days. And this isn't a situation where, all right, somebody left and Sam Williams stepped into that spot. This ain't that situation. This situation is, all right, y'all, this is what we have. We keep all our pieces, but Sam Williams just happened to get better. Sam Williams just happened to get better. That's what's going to be exciting. So now you look at these in-game packages to where, let's just say a guy like Terrell Basham would just end up on the field in the in-game package. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody excited about no damn Terrell Basham ended up in the damn in-game package. Terrell Basham ain't no mother. You know what I'm saying? He was cool, but he wasn't no mother. That's why I say if Sam take the next step, he was already body slamming people last year. That was fun. That was fun as hell. He was just back there slamming the shit out of people, not getting penalties for it. If Sam Williams takes that next step, bro, like, come on, man. Now you have this world to where you can really deploy Mozzie, right? I mean, not Mozzie, Micah. You know, we saw Micah play a whole bunch of right defensive end, but man, when it was, I think Micah had to play right defensive end a bunch because that's where they started running the football at. They wasn't finna run outside the D-Law side. D-Law shut down all the shit to his side. And I think Dan Quinn's only fixed to defensive ends, you know, because at first they was running up the middle. We got Hankins to fix that. Then they started running to the outside. And the only thing we could do is put Micah there to fix that. If Sam Williams is that guy, because apparently it's not Dorrance and it's not Dante. If Sam Williams step up and he turns into that guy that can shut down the run defense on the right side like DeMarcus Lawrence shuts down on the left side, now you could truly live in this world where we can line up Micah Parsons with some sort of ambiguity. Ambiguity. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? Now we're not just living in a world where we know where Micah Parsons is gonna line up at because we need him there. If Sam Williams can uphold his end of the bargain, now you can really deploy Micah Parsons wherever the hell you want to, man. That's my list though. Chat, Who are y'all 5? These mother better step up and start motherfuckering, because if these mother start motherfucking, the mother Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. You hear me? Chat, y'all have any questions before I clock out for the day? Chat, do y'all have any questions before I clock out for the day? If Gallup steps up, that's a good one. That's a good one. Gallup steps up. Yeah, I just think Gallup just got to be healthy. Gallup just got to be healthy, and he just got to do his thing, bro. Like if Gallup come out here and starts playing like like he was last time, if he was just a shell of himself, then then you're gonna, Gallup's gonna he's gonna mess over you. Gallup's gonna mess over the idea of this wide receiver core where you're counting on Gallup, because we didn't do very much to replace Gallup. We replaced Noah Brown. You know what I'm saying? And to be fair, I don't know, because Gallup was wide receiver too. But yeah, Brandon Cooks bumps Gallup down one time. So we live in this world where we're just kind of counting on Gallup. I would love it if Gallup is 1 year removed from that. Malik Davis. Well, if Malik Davis was a motherfucker, I wouldn't care. Shit, I'm riding with Tony. Now, if Malik Davis can be productive, then sure, that's fantastic. Damone Clark, that's another good one. Yeah, then you can finally move on from Vanderbilt. Sure. Hey, man, yeah, April, and I left $50 on the nightstand. You heard? Moving on, but we ain't getting fired from the volume. What else? Tyron Smith just gotta stay healthy, bro. It don't even matter what Tyron Smith even, you know what I mean? It don't even matter. Like I don't care if he good or not. He just need to be healthy. Tyron Smith could be regular good. As long as he's healthy, I'm fine. And one more. Let's take one more before we get up out of here. I gave y'all some pretty good content today, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of what we did here. Nah, Kellen gone, player. Kellen gone. Kellen is gone, bro. He need Wheaties. He needs something. He needs some milk. Gerard say we asked for too much, asking Tyron Smith to be healthy. That's fair. Hey, man, appreciate y'all. Tony says, well, let's go. Well, let's go for him to be a. Hey, look, if anything for well, let's go. If he ends up being an MF, then we have a long-term solution at left tackle. But it is what it is. All right, hey, man, listen, I love y'all to pieces, bro. Tired as hell. About to get into some other little stuff. About to go relax a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And do some leisure things, you know what I mean? This is the last one before we go on vacation. But when I say vacation, I mean vacation from the Monday through Thursday 3 o'clock shows. All right. There's still going to be soliloquies. There's still going to be film sessions. So you're going to be getting content. You're just not going to be getting daily content because we're going on vacation. But when we come back July 17th, the week before training camp, so we can get the training camp going. That's where we're going to be fired. All right. I'm tired as hell, man. Will still ain't here. I ain't got no fancy outro, so I'm just going to look at y'all boys, and I'm just going to tell you bye.